When should you sacrifice for development and initiative in chess? Have you ever wondered when it might be a good idea to give up material in chess to gain an edge? Sacrificing for development and initiative can be a game changer, but timing and position are key. Let's break down when and why you might consider this strategy. First, let's clarify what we mean by development. This involves moving your pieces, especially knights and bishops, from their starting positions to more active squares. Quick development is vital in the opening and early middle game. Initiative, on the other hand, is about controlling the game by making threats that force your opponent to react defensively. Now, when should you think about sacrificing material? One prime time is early in the opening or early in the middle game. If your opponent has not yet developed their pieces, a well-timed sacrifice can disrupt their plans. For example, if you can open lines or create threats that hinder their ability to castle, you can gain a lasting initiative. Another situation to consider is when your opponent's pieces are stuck or passive. If their pieces are not coordinated, sacrificing material to open the position can be justified. The goal here is to exploit their underdevelopment before they can catch up. You should also look for opportunities where you can gain open lines and active piece placement. If sacrificing a pawn allows your rooks to control files or your bishops to dominate diagonals, the material loss can be worth it. Increased activity can lead to threats that are hard for your opponent to counter. Maintaining pressure is essential after a sacrifice. You want to follow up with moves that keep your opponent on the defensive. This prevents them from developing smoothly or organizing their own counterplay. Always aim to force your opponent to respond to your threats. Concrete tactical justification is another reason to sacrifice. If you can calculate a sequence that leads to winning back material or delivering a mating attack, that can make the sacrifice worthwhile. This often goes hand in hand with gaining development and initiative. In practical terms, think about sacrificing a pawn to open the center or a key-file. This can speed up your piece activity, especially if your pieces are ready to invade. Offering a minor piece temporarily to remove a defender can also be effective if it leads to rapid development and attacking chances. However, be cautious. Avoid sacrifices that do not improve your piece activity or allow your opponent to complete their development easily. Always assess whether the initiative gained is sustainable. If your opponent can neutralize your threats and consolidate, the sacrifice may backfire. In summary, consider sacrificing for development and initiative when the active piece play and threats outweigh the material cost. This is especially true when your opponent is underdeveloped or vulnerable. The aim is to seize control of the game's tempo, forcing your opponent into a defensive posture and gaining a dynamic advantage that can lead to a decisive attack.